You know what I'm going to do? I don't do this often, but I'm actually at home. People think this is a virtual background. It's not. This is my office at home.
Nice.
I have this large aquarium. It's virtual. I don't want to kill any more fish.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
So this is my house.
Nice. I'm getting a free house tour here, guys.
Yeah, we're getting a house tour, and it's a beautiful day. I'm up on the 30th floor. That's the Pacific Ocean out there.
Wow.
And this is my new Dr. Bill gym because with COVID, they closed all the gyms, so I built a little gym facility here.
Nice.
But yeah, this is my flat. I'm up on the 30th floor. It's about 5,000 square feet. This is my dining room.
Wow, very nice.
And then we'll go outside for a second before we start
I'm
this.
getting a tour.
So here we go. Here we are outside. That's our lawn. This is the building they use for the Towering Inferno or Die Hard.
Ooh,
This is Century City. There's downtown LA.
Oh my God, the weather looks so nice.
Yeah, and guess what? It's like that every day.
Oh, Dr. Bill, I'm jealous. It's not like that in the UK.
I know. But you guys have other things that are great too.
Yeah. Okay, should we get on with the interview? I've got so many questions.
Yeah, let's get on with it. I'm ready.
So I literally remember watching you when I was 11 on Extreme Makeover. So it's crazy that 13 years later, I'm here interviewing you. So thank you. Okay. So my first question, I thought it would be good to ask a bit about your background, because I know that you started from a humble beginning. You weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. So would you just like to tell us a bit about your upbringing and how you feel that impacted you and shaped who you are today?
I mean, we were poor, like poor growing up.
Yeah.
But people here that grow up poor still have the ability to do well. So I started working when I was 5 years old and never stopped. Yeah.
Super. I'm a bit of a workaholic as well. I've had like 10
I pulled weeds. I was a gardener. And then when I got a little older, my mom was a nursery school teacher. They hired me as a janitor, so I'd go and clean up the school. Then when I got a little bit older, I was able to work in an ice cream parlor. And then after that, in a grocery store. And then after that, I was an escort at my university. So I would take dignitaries around and chauffeur them around the school.
So you have had you've had so many jobs, and you talked about your family like being poor and coming from a humble background. Do you feel that's impacted where you are today, and how has that shaped your journey?
One of the things that I really am adamant about, at least, is messaging.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you guys like my two, I think, most vital messages. Like if you just walk away with this from this, I would say we did it. Don't wait for opportunities in life, make them. If I meet another millennial who's sitting around like waiting for the universe to show them something, I'm just gonna scream. Like, if you haven't noticed, the universe is pretty busy right now, right? Yeah. Number two, when you do get an opportunity, don't take it.
Master it.
Master it. You know, I was not born to be on TV, right? Yeah. When I got on ABC's Extreme Makeover and I watched the first few episodes, I was literally horrible. Yeah. But I was smart enough to realize that I was horrible. So instead of being horrible, what did I do? I took acting classes, hosting classes, teleprompting classes. I hired the woman who worked with the kids on American Idol, and I had her do media training with me and teach me how to interview, how to talk, how to sit, how to look, what to wear, like everything. This woman was like an army general. She would like hit me in the head. I was like, but she was really good. And little by little, I learned how to be kind of the best version of me.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Hell yeah. This is the honest to God truth. We started Discus Dental. Our first year in business, we did 2 million, 4 million, 8 million, 16 million, 24, and we grew and we grew. And for several years, we were just kind of plateaued at like 75, 76 million. The year I got on Extreme Makeover, we jumped from 76 million to 101. The next year, 136. And the third year I was on the show, we hit almost $200 million in sales. We grew this company from nothing, with nothing, to over $1.3 billion in sales.
That's such a great achievement. Wow. Like, you've had so much success. What would you say has helped you become successful, and habits you form that other people can learn from you?
It's one word: tenacity. Tenacity, tenacity, tenacity. I'm going to tell you something. Early on, I decided never fail. And I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not being arrogant. I'll explain it to you. If I do something and it doesn't come out the way I want, that's not a failure. That's practice. Then you do it again. And if it doesn't come out the way you want, it's still not failure. It's practice. And then you do it again and again and again and again and again until finally you get it the way you want.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So you really only fail when you quit. And if you're tenacious and you decide not to quit, you're never going to fail. So that's my advice to you guys. If you really want something, don't accept failure. Look at your unsuccessful attempt as practice and do it again and again and again and again.
That's true. Hard work is the key to success. Like, don't see failure as something to make you quit. It's just something to learn from, and that's some great advice. So you said that you feel like your best messages are to make opportunities and master them. How would you say is the best way to master something?
The best way to master something? Mentor. Listen, when I started practicing in Beverly Hills, you think they need another cosmetic dentist? No. So I could set up my little office like most dentists and try this and try that. I didn't do that. What I did is I found the 5 most successful dentists in Beverly Hills. I called them up. I said, look, I just graduated dental school. I did a 2-year residency in Switzerland. I haven't even practiced yet, but I am so impressed with all your accomplishments. Can I come in and shadow you? And I took all the great things that these 5 guys did and did it better. And within 2 years, I had a busier practice than any dentist in Beverly Hills because I copied all their genius.
Yeah.
Why not copy genius instead of inventing mediocrity?
So we spoke about success. What would you define success as?
Wow. You know, I mean, I think that success to me has evolved. You know, when I was starting off, I was so poor when I moved back to LA after dental school and doing a residency in Switzerland. Like, I couldn't even afford a car.
Wow.
You know how I got a car? I was sitting at home feeling sorry for myself, and the TV was on. And I saw this game show. And I thought, I could do that. So I literally, the next day, I went and tried out for this game show called Press Your Luck. I won $16,000, an African safari, a windsurfer, and a lifetime supply of Lady Lee's stick-on fingernails.
No way!
And that's how I got my car.
That's amazing. Wow.
There's always a way. There's always a way. So for me, success in the beginning was really just to like make a practice, get it going, make a living. But then as my business grew from day one with Discus, we gave back. We gave back. We gave back to the community. We gave back to hospitals. Together with a group of dentists called the Crown Council, we have raised over $44 million for children's charities. Yeah. So for me, success isn't all about me and all about, for me, success is being able to spread the wealth and just make the world a better place, really. And whether that's doing dentistry and serving your patients or serving a greater community, to me, that's the real success in life.
That's amazing. So
everyone knows that with success there come failures, as we've spoken about, and everyone sees the glory, but they don't know the story. So what are some failures that you experienced in your personal life or dental career, and how did you rise from it?
Okay, so first, perception is reality. Number one, change your perception. They're not failures, they're practice.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'll be really clear with you. Probably my two biggest failed attempts were I've been divorced twice, and that really hurt.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why it hurt. Everything I've ever done, like publicly, has always been like good stuff. You know, like helping people, like extreme makeover, like this and that. The first time I ever got like a really cold, hard slap in the face was after my second divorce. My first divorce, Evelyn and I, we just kind of called it quits. We're good friends. In fact, she lives right next door to Rihanna in my building. I bought her a flat here. She's my best friend. We've raised our kids together. I love her to death. And even though we're not husband and wife, like we're committed to each other for life. And I'm cool with that. And I'm going to share something with you because there were three things that happened all at one time, right at this time. And they were all really bad. One, we were trying to sell Discus Dental, and that went south. Two, my divorce. Three, one of my family members was critically ill and almost dying. She did recover, thank God, but I had three horrible things happen all at once. Any one of those would have knocked a normal person out. And, you know, I came to work and I called an all hands on deck meeting. And I brought everybody in my office in the back and I said, listen, the first question is, why are you here? And I said, what am I going to do, sit home and cry? That's not good. I feel better helping people. Like, that's my sweet spot. And I would rather, instead of focusing on this bad stuff, I would just rather focus on my patients and them. And I said, but I'm going to tell you something, quite honestly. I'm not okay. I said, people are going to walk in and say, hey, doc, how are you? And I'm going to look them in the face and lie and say, I'm not okay. I mean, I'm okay. I'm not going to tell them I'm not okay because I don't want to take the time out of the day to go into it. So I'm going to look right in my patients' faces and say, I'm fine, but I'm telling you, I'm not fine. And for me, as a really strong person, that was a hard thing to do because I don't ever ask for help. Like, I just don't, you know, I always figure like, I can do this, you know? And I said, look, I can't do this alone. I need you guys to help me, you know, to cover my back a little bit and just be understanding and just, you know, be supportive. And they were amazing, you know, and thank God, you know, my relatives recovered, you know. Unfortunately, the divorce didn't recover. That was done. But, you know, 3 years after, you know, right after that whole incident with Discus Dental, our company lost $100 million in value.
No.
But you know what? We looked at it as a challenge. We worked and we worked and we worked, and we basically built that company back up. And 3 years later, we sold it. And ironically, we sold it on an epic day. And I'll explain to you what that is. Athletes, when kids come into the program, within the first hour of the program, I always tell the kids that if they want to be successful in life, they need to act like a 10, walk like a 10, talk like a 10, but more importantly, surround themselves with other kids that are 10. We call it the 10 culture because it's pretty hard to be a 10 when all your friends are 2s, right? So, serendipitously, we ended up selling Discus Dental on 10/10/10 at 10 a.m.
No.
October 10th, 2010, at 9 in the morning, the merger documents came. I signed them. I held them. I emailed them back at exactly 10:00. I know I could have waited till 10:10, but it was hard enough waiting till 10.
That's crazy.
And I'll tell you something. In that second, my whole life changed.
Wow.
And you know, people that say money doesn't matter are crazy. That's bull. It just is. Now, money doesn't buy you happiness.
Yeah.
But it's pretty damn hard to be happy when you're broke out poor. Right? So, you know, I'm not here saying money's going to solve all your problems and make you happy. But when you have the financial, look, I always knew as a dentist, I'd be comfortable. Yeah. But to be able to know that I can now support my grandparents, support my parents, support my family, make donations to charitable causes that I believe in, that's a whole different level. I mean, I'm telling you, I wake up the happiest person I know. I really do. Good. I am so happy, and you know, and I feel so fortunate to be able to, you know, I don't do dentistry because I have to. I do dentistry now because I love to.
So I wanted to ask you, what would you say are the 4 qualities of a successful dentist?
Wow, the 4. Okay, number 1, you need to be compassionate. Number 2, you have to have great technical skills.
Okay.
Number 3, you have to have great communication skills. I know some incredibly gifted men and women that have like golden hands. They couldn't talk to a dog. Like, you know, I mean, you need to learn how to talk to people and communicate. And I think number 4, you've got to be a leader. You know, you've got to lead your team.
What would you say has been the key to your success along the journey?
I mean, I think, you know, grit is a big part of it. And another thing that I tell kids is always take the high road. Always. And sometimes it's hard, you know, but I think deep in your heart, you always know what it is. I think one of the things that has helped me be successful is that I've been in a mastermind group for 20 years. And it's the same group of dentists. It's 9 guys. We're all friends. We've become lifelong dear friends. And every month we meet and we do a 1-hour phone call. And then twice a year we meet and we do a retreat together. So I have this really strong backbone of friends that help me through hard times. And I would highly recommend, even at your young age, that you guys learn how to form mastermind groups and put yourself in a group where you get that support. I think it's critical for your mental health to surround yourself with people who can be supportive for you and of you. And also, it's not weak for a man or a woman to say, hey, I need help. You know, it's actually, I think it takes more strength to do that than to not do it, because you're not going to get help if you just hold everything inside. So you need to be able to say, hey, I need help. Like, I'm not okay. I need help. And I think that that's a really, really important thing.
What life lessons would you say would you leave with us that you learned from your life?
Oh, gosh, there's so many. I mean, I think I've shared a lot with you. But, I mean, I'm going to leave you with this. I've been interviewed hundreds of times. I've been on hundreds of TV shows, radio shows, podcasts, you name it. When Oprah interviewed me, she said, you know, Dr. Bill, you're not like any other dentist I've ever met. And I'm like, okay. And she said, what incentivized you to think outside the box? Now, this was in 2005 or 6. That phrase wasn't even common yet, think outside the box. It was the first time I ever heard it. And my honest, unfiltered answer was, What box? And that's what I'm going to leave you with.
Yeah.
There is no box.
No, don't limit yourself.
That's it. I mean, we all put ourselves in these little boxes. There's no box, you know? I didn't know I'd be on TV. I didn't know I'd be a New York Times bestselling author. I didn't know I'd be working on Mark Wahlberg, Anthony Hopkins. I didn't know I'd be knighted. Last year I was knighted. I am now Sir William.
No way.
I didn't know. Yeah.
That's amazing.
You know, but the thing is, every time an opportunity comes, I don't take it. I try to master it, you know? So don't box yourself in, you know? You need to believe in you. You need to do the things that you need to do to be the best version of you. And you can do it, and you don't have to hold back. I say never hold back. Really, when I go big. I do. You know, my kids always joke with me because my favorite motto with them is you can rest when you're dead. I don't rest.
Yeah.
Successful people are willing to do the things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do or even think of. And that changed my life.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Bill. I wish we could spend longer talking.
It was fun. Well, you were the best. You were awesome. Thank you so much.
No, I had such a great time, honestly.
Well, I can't wait till we meet in person and you actually come to LA and we
don't worry. When I'm in LA, I'll hit you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, Dr. Bill over and out. Thank you so
Bye,
much for
Dr.
spending
Bill.
the day with us. Bye.
Okay.
Night owl or early riser?
Night owl, for sure.
Yeah, me too. Cardio or weightlifting?
Weightlifting.
Nice. Dogs or cats?
No choice other than dogs.
Okay, so more time or more money?
Oh, you can't buy time. Time.
Good answer. Running or cycling?
I've got a wonky knee. Cycling.
Oh, I hope it gets better. Be invisible or have the ability to fly?
Ooh, fly.
Nice. Read a book or go out with friends?
I'm out.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
She lives in my building, Rihanna. I love her.
Oh
She's
my
right
gosh.
next door.
Rihanna's next door?
Yeah, right now.
Oh my gosh, I would. Can she come and say hi? Probably not. So Rihanna. Okay.
Rihanna.
Bad breath or stained teeth for life?
Oh, on me? Bad breath because you could always chew gum.
That's good. Brush before or after breakfast?
Both.
That's a cop
Okay,
out.
if you have to, after.
After. Oh. Guys, comment below. Are you before or after? Okay. Have world peace or stop world hunger?
I think peace, because if the world were peaceful, we could feed everybody.
And lastly, extreme makeover or the doctor?
I'm not gonna lie, my heart goes to extreme makeover. It was like my first thing, you know?
Yeah.
You always have like a little bit more love.
It's like your
first.
baby.
It was.
Yeah. Okay.